Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another review. This time around, I'm going to be doing a review for Devil Wears Prada, the Devil Wears Prada anniversary review. This movie came out on June 30th, 2006, and right now it's July 6th, 2016, so I am about a week late. But you know what? I really want to review this movie, so this movie stars Anne Hathaway, Meryl Streep, Stanley Tucci, Emily Blunt, Simon Baker, Adrian Greener, and yeah, um, and Giselle Bundchen, Bundchen, I, Bundchen. I think that's how you pronounce her name. And we also have a few cameos in this movie, very fast, because it is about fashion and all that. And we have cameos by Valentino Garvani, Giancarlo Giamatti, Carlos De Souza, Charlene Shorto, Bridget Hall, Lauren Weisenberg, Robert Verdi, Heidi Klum, Ivanka Trump, and Nigel Barker. So yeah, those are the cameos. So yeah, before I begin though, 10-second spoiler warning as usual for those who have yet to actually watch this movie and haven't already. Stop the video, go check it out, and come back and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up, so for those who have yet to actually watch this movie and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me, then I will give a fair warning, because as usual, I did. So as usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then the rate. So basically, you have Anne Hathaway. She's this newcomer into the fashion industry. She knows nothing about the fashion industry, and she's just really trying to make it in New York as a journalist. But according to apparently everybody, one way to make it as a journalist is if you're with this really famous fashion company, Runway, which is basically Vogue, in my opinion. And if you make it in Runway for at least a year, that's basically your gateway to the journalism world. So she goes there, and Andrea, or Andy, Anne Hathaway's character, goes there, and she meets Miranda Priestly, played by Meryl Streep, who's basically Anne Winter. So yeah, Anne Winter is like really high up, prestigious fashion designer who's basically Meryl Streep in this movie, basically. And they kind of form this weird relationship where they're like co-worker friend relationship, because at first they kind of, I wouldn't say they hate each other, they just don't have much respect for each other, because Anne Hathaway's character, she knows nothing about the fashion industry. Meryl Streep just finds her as like a gutter rat, but she wanted to take a chance on the gutter rat to see what could come out of it. And now we have here maybe a really endearing comedy, I want to say. Is endearing the correct word? It's a fun comedy. It's not your typical. It's not a comedy movie where it's like all laughs and whatever. It's like it is pretty dramatic, but it's like a mix of drama and comedy. So a dramedy. Would that be the word? Dramedy. Dramedy comedy. Yeah, comedy. Yeah, I guess a dramedy. So now overall, I really did actually enjoy the movie. So yeah, I didn't know how I was gonna feel about this movie, because I really don't know much about fashion. I know some of the major, brands of clothing, clothing brands like such as Calvin Klein and Ralph Lauren and stuff like that. I know a few major magazine companies, like Vogue, and a few fashion designers like Anne Winter, and models, models, like Heidi Klum and anybody from like the Victoria's Secret lineup, which is like 20 people, or like 20,000 people at this point. But again, I really don't know much about fashion. And watching this movie, first off, right, I thought I didn't know much about fashion. Turns out I know a bit more than I thought. Still nothing, just a bit more than I thought. There are a few things. Oh yeah, I know about that. I know about that. I'll say that much. I knew a bit more about fashion than I thought. After watching this movie, now I know a lot. I still know more. I still know nothing about fashion, but let's say it's like maybe beginner level fashion stuff. Okay, how's about that? I can tell you right now, I have my own fashion style. Anne Winter will probably disagree with me though. Okay, overall, jokes aside, it's actually a really good movie. I really like the comedy aspect of it. Because again, it's that type of feel good comedy where they're just trying to go through the moment. They're like she's in a bad situation. She doesn't really want to be working here. Anne Hathaway's character doesn't really want to be working here, but she kind of has to. And at the end, it kind of turns into somewhat of a good experience. Even though she does kind of have a falling out with Meryl Streep's character at the end, everything still turns out good with her. So yeah, I mean, overall, I liked the movie as a whole. The acting was really well done, and so is the writing. Though I wouldn't say it's an issue, but I feel like they focused a bit too much on some of the side characters, such as Anne Hathaway's boyfriend in the movie, which is Nat Greer, and the rest of her friends. I feel like they concentrated a bit too much on them, in my opinion, and it kind of took away from the movie. I mean, there were a few couple scenes that were, I wouldn't say necessary, but they were pretty good to see. I suppose that, I mean, I wouldn't say they're crucial or important. I would say they're like good to see. Lightens the mood a bit. In the movies. So yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, that's really the major focus on some of the side characters is the one thing that I think they could have taken out, in my opinion. The movie's like an hour and 50 minutes long. I feel like they could have cut at least 20 minutes of the movie, 10, 15 minutes of the movie, something like that, if they just didn't stick to focusing on so much of the side characters. And again, more specifically, some of her friends and her boyfriend in the movie, and Hathaway's boyfriend and friends in the movie. I feel like they, again, they needed development, but not the development they got was good, but I do think they could have cut back on it a bit more. In my opinion, they just kind of felt a bit extra. Stanley Tucci in this movie, he was really funny, in my opinion. And again, it's one of those roles I just forget. Oh right, Stanley Tucci is an actually pretty good actor. Because Stanley Tucci just goes under my radar so much. I recognize he's a great actor. He just goes under my radar so much, in my opinion. So, I mean, again, he's been in so many good things from the Hunger Games series, and Spotlight, and he goes under my radar so much that every time I see him, I'm like, oh, I remember, Stanley Tucci is also a good actor. So, yeah, and Emily Blunt, another great actress in here, really good. I wouldn't, is it an early role? I don't think so, but, yeah, I mean, it's a good thing before she actually, became really popular. It's a good role for her after she became really, really popular. So, yeah, I mean, overall, great, in my opinion, great movie, in my opinion. And yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Again, great movie. Just, maybe not focus so much on some of the side characters. And yeah, again, I found out a bit more about fashion than I thought I did. So yeah, that's basically it for now. Subscribe, comment down below, like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.